drifting. He fends off Very Elegant and Delisand, and a Dave goes back to back. The Beast of Britain's done it. But nature straightened the TJ, and this is an annihilation. Today we farewell an Australian icon, the greatest of all time. Winks wins a third, Queen Elizabeth.
Hello and welcome to the Good Oil Podcast, Season 1, Episode 6, Season Finale. Peter Fornatale back with you in the Brooklyn bunker alongside our resident expert tipster. She's been on fire this season. We have her here one more time. Let's see what kind of damage we could do in those pools. Jessica Paquette, how are you?
I am great, Peter. I can't believe it's our last week. This has gone by so fast.
We have the resident expert. We have the resident Australian too. Actually, I'm kidding around. He's pretty much of an expert as well. Spent some of this season back in his homeland. He's Andrew Brown. How are you, my friend?
Doing really well. PTF, yeah, it's gone super quick. Maybe we'll be asked back due to popular demand, possibly, Jess. But yeah, day 2 of the championships at Royal Randwick, Friday night. Terrific card. 4 absolutely stacked Group 1s. I can't wait to get stuck in and find a few winners.
That's the plan. But first, I'm going to tell you about this great promotion from our partners, Twinspires.com, Sky Racing World, the $15,000 hit and split promotion. A lot of you have gotten involved because this is a great opportunity for contest players, Australian racing fans, just general people who like horses. You get your chance by putting in a $10 win bet at least on each of the races on a Friday night to win your share. You hit races, you move up the leaderboard, you win your share of $2,500 that are going to be on offer for this final night of this promotion. Go to twinspires.com and the offers page to make sure to opt in. First race we're going to talk about is the Group 1 Queen Elizabeth. Let's throw it to you, Jess, for your thoughts on this one.
This is such an interesting race. I like Animo, kind of taking on a formidable group of older horses here. The Dam was a Group 1 winner. I loved his effort behind Converge, who I think very highly of. He's been a little bit unlucky. It was reported he lost a hind shoe during that race last time. And with that super heavy ground, losing something that gives you so much traction, I can imagine it felt like he lost power steering is what I'm guessing. So I think that thing considered, he really ran very well.
Living up in New England, you know the power, the perils of
traction matters.
Yeah, it really does. Andrew, you know less about foul weather, living in San Diego, coming from Australia, but who do you like in the Queen Elizabeth?
Well, this is just a remarkable field. I thought we were being spoiled over the last 5 years with Winks winning 3 straight, and then the British champion Adair winning the last 2, and then the racing gods have delivered us this incredible field. I think number 6, Very Elegant, can bounce back after having her flag lowered last time out, much like Nature Strip did last week. She has been runner-up in this race the last 2 years. There's no Adair this year. She's the reigning Melbourne Cup champ. If she wins this, it will be her 12th Group 1, and she'll be 3rd on the all-time earnings list in Australia with 17 million in the bank. Thank you very much. That is still $10 million short of Winks, but she's getting there. Look out for her also later on in the Arc de Triomphe at Longshot. Can't dismiss Jess's tip, Animo. I think he is a major danger. And Zaki, I've got him in for 3rd, but what a race. Can't wait to watch this one.
Next up is the Sid Cup Smith. Andrew Brown, we'll keep it with you for your tip.
I'm with the favorite, number 4, Stockman here. And when I say favorite, he's 5-1, which just shows you how open this race is. Now, he drops a massive 8 kilograms, which I think is around 17 pounds in weight. So he won't know himself from his last out second, which was behind Jewess in the Tancred, which is really traditionally a great lead-up race for this as well. 7 starts on the heavy, and we have got another heavy track at Randwick on Friday night. 7 starts, 4 wins, 2 seconds. So he's only missed the placings once in 7 tries on the heavy, and he has won over 1.5 miles too. I like number 7, Shiraz from the Wallace stable to spring an upset, and number 1, the Chosen One, the Kiwi horse, in for 3rd. So it's Stockman for me on top, number 4.
I've seen you work your way around a wine list before. I'm not surprised that Shiraz found its way into the mix for you. Jessica, what's your thought on this one?
Well, this is just such a truly international race. There are horses bred from everywhere, from England, Ireland, France, Holland, and of course, New Zealand and Australia. Chris Waller has a loaded hand here. I went with Surefire, half to a U.S. graded stakes winner, Button Down, who won the Cardinal Handicap at Churchill in 2015. Gets over heavy ground well, in good form right now. I think for some of these horses, this is the tail end of a long, hard campaign, and we're going to see some of them take a step backwards.
All right, let's move on to our next action here, which is the Oaks. Jessica, want to get your thought on who's going to get the better of this field?
I love this race. Hinge, she just kept coming last time out. Fangirl was a little too good. We'll see her later in the card, but this one has just shown up every single race this season. I do have to wonder if so many starts over a heavy ground eventually take a toll. Another horse I do like is Honey Creeper for Godolphin. Wheels back on 7 days rest. And I find the management of horses in Australia just to be so interesting. If that happened in the US, people would be clutching their pearls. 7 days rest. Oh my goodness. Whereas these are fit animals. They can go do the job once a week. When I was horse showing, we would go jump the sticks in a bigger way once a week. And that was okay. Everyone made it.
It is great to get to see. It's old school, you know. I mean, this is what racing was like once
that
in the
makes sound durable horses by actually racing them.
You know, there's a much longer conversation to be had there that we will have on another podcast at some time, I promise. But meanwhile,
I'll hold you
Andrew,
to that.
yeah, definitely, I'm game. Andrew, what wins the Oaks?
Yeah, well, as Jess points out, there's a lot of horses on the 7-day backup here. And the record, too, from 7-day backup from a wet track to a wet track, it's just phenomenal. Some of these horses just rebound. If they pull through a race on a wet track really well and the trainer decides that they're well enough to back up 7 days later, generally they run really well. And that's what I think number 4, Honey Creeper, can do. I think it can be a big night for the Godolphin stable. Jess has Honey Creeper in for second. She's on that quick backup after that soft win over the 1.25 miles last week in a Group 3 race, steps up to a Group 1 race, but was very strong through the line, suggesting the 1.5 miles won't be an issue. We know the heavy track won't be an issue either. I'm a Hinged fan as well. In for second for me, super consistent, doesn't know how to run a bad race. And in for third, number 2, Gypsy Goddess, who was undefeated until she had her flag lowered just last time out.
Last but not least, we've got the Queen of the Turf. Andrew, let's get your thoughts on this one real quick.
Guys, I want to ask you a question. How many horses do you know that have $4 million in prize money but haven't won a black type or a stakes race?
I'm going to put that number at 0.
I'm Neolithic, actually.
Right. Well done, Jess. Well, there's another one in this race. Number 3, Ice Bar. She's forever the bridesmaid and never the bride. Outstanding in last weekend's Doncaster, running third behind Mr. Brightside. The deeper she gets into her campaign, generally the better she is. And she has a great record once again on the quick backup. And she is on the quick backup from last Saturday. I like her to beat number 1, Colette, who looks like she's back to her best. And she's 3 from 5 on heavy tracks. And number 2, Lighthouse, the American horse I've got in for third.
Jessica, let's get your thought real quick on the Queen of the Turf.
Well, I am a fangirl, but not necessarily a fangirl here. I do like her. She shows up every time, but I'm going with Lighthouse. I'm keeping the faith. I thought she had an awful trip last time out. She's better than that race, and she'll show it here.
Will we double up the American angle with the Lighthouse once again?
No, I'm keeping you guys on your toes. Zaki, who's running the Queen Elizabeth, was actually originally trained and picked out by Mohammed Mubarak, who is now training in the U.S. and Florida.
Good stuff. Well, this is our last show. I'm going to do the How to Speak Australian, but I'll ask you a quick question about it, Andrew. Hooroo, Australian for goodbye?
You're right. HOOROO, all one word. Hooroo. It means goodbye, and we'll see you again.
Well, that's good. And that's exactly going to be the case for us on this show. Been so much fun bringing it to you, working with Jessica and Andrew and the Betting On Content team. Dallas gets a shout out as well. Remember, opt into this promotion. You go to twinspires.com, go to the offers page, opt in for the $15,000 hit and split promotion. Get your $10 win bets down on each of these Friday night races for a chance to win $2,500 or your share thereof. That's all the time we have. I'm Peter Thomas Fornatale for Twinspires.com.